Welcome back to my channel. You all know that I don't like very long introductions, or introductions at all, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get straight into the reading. That was a lot. Okay, I was about to put them away and something was like, no. Okay. So some of you are experiencing a tower moment, or you're watching a tower moment, and you're realizing that you need to walk away. And this is of a mentality that you're walking away from. This is a mentality of impulsivity, and you're trying to move towards a more emotionally stable mentality. Someone's very rash with their decisions, very defensive, very it's a very fast moving energy. Someone wants to find a balance, but it seems like they're finding a lot of ways to distract themselves, whether that's like through partying, going out, doing whatever they want, drinking themselves, or just spending time with people who really don't have their best interests at heart. Spending time with those people. Someone doesn't have patience. They don't have true balance in their lives. But I think someone's starting to realize that this is what this is. Someone wants to walk away. This may be the past, like someone distracting themselves, don't have balance, and also coming out of this trap mentality. So it's like someone walked out of a bad situation and kind of like drown themselves in distraction. Even though they want balance, they want emotional stability. I might need some more. Give me some more on this situation, because I am confusion. What was the Tower card about? What was this? Okay. A King of Cups in reverse. 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 So somebody's realizing that they were carrying more of the weight in something, and they walked away from something or someone, and it's because they were carrying too much of the weight. Things were crumbling because somebody kept carrying everything. The foundation that they had built wasn't on stable ground. Especially not with this person. There's someone who's very emotionally immature. Someone uses their emotions for manipulation and to dominate someone. Whenever I get a King card in reverse, it really gives me this very toxic masculinity type of energy. This is someone who uses their emotion against you. And this is, when I say toxic masculinity, I don't mean a man. I think a lot of people don't understand that toxic masculinity is not something that only a man can do. This is a system. This is when you value domination, control, manipulation, power. That is what toxic masculinity is, and everyone, including women and in between and outside, can also embrace that type of energy. This person is also very depressed because they had to emotionally walk away. I don't know if this person has physically walked away, but it seems like this person is emotionally looking for something different. Give me something more on this Eight of Cups. Give me something more of this Eight of Cups. This may have been why this person is feeling very jeez, we have two young cards. You have the Page of Wands in reverse, and you have the Page of Swords. I'm going to read the Page of Swords card. This page is full of wild energy and drive. She is relentless in her action and does not sit still for long. She never runs out of crazy things to do or say. A true idealist, she can be a little exhausting in her youthful determination. If the page is you, Dive headfirst into your wild scheme and plans and find those who will support you in your crazy ideas. So to me, when it's sideways, I'm just getting that someone is having a hard time. Like, they're very confused. They don't really know what to do, but it also is dealing with the fact that they're depressed. Someone has to start over in the page. And it's not even starting over, because you're past the other cards. You know, you're in the page. You're among the court cards. But someone feels like they're starting over. They feel kind of blindsided by things, not by leaving or having to leave, or this person themselves leaving, but they feel like they have to start anew, and they're very confused, and they don't know really which way to turn. They're walking down a path with no real direction. They don't know what's at the end of it. We're going to read the Nine of Wands. The energy that I get from the Nine of Wands over the Knight of Swords reverse is that someone's impulsive behavior is going to put them in situations where they're constantly like struggling. Because the Nine of Wands upright is a card where it's like you're almost there. But for me in this energy, it's like if you keep acting impulsively, this is how this person got in a situation in the first place. And even though you're walking away emotionally from this person, and you might be walking away, you know, and again, this might not be a person, this might be a place, or this might be, not person like romantic, this might be a platonic person, but this person is still walking away in a sense. But your impulsive decisions, if you do not rein them in and stop acting reckless, some of y'all, somebody else walked away from you because of this, that they were carrying too much, and unfortunately the person I'm reading for was the really reckless one. But the recklessness is what's going to cause the constant battles over and over again. Because the Nine of Wands is you've got your fighting gear ready, your wands all stacked neatly in wall of defense, backing you up. You're prepared for a good fight. It's time to wrap those knuckles and get dirty. There's a battle ahead, so don't compromise. You have the strength and courage to stand your ground and defend what you've built. So it's about defending what someone builds, and it's almost like you're almost at the end of it. Like you were ready, you already planned it, but this person, you're going to keep fighting over and over again. It's not going to be the end, and you're not prepared. Someone's just reckless, and you're going to keep struggling with no plan. Someone just moves off of feelings. And I think someone wants to be in the Queen of Cups energy. They want to be balanced, but they spend a lot of time drinking and just doing stuff that just doesn't make any damn sense. I'm sorry. Because it don't. You say you want to, but you're not moving in. And some people may actually have an issue. Some people may actually need to talk to someone and see someone, because it's a very back and forth energy. This is like balance, and then we have recklessness, impatience, just unbalanced. And then we have, you know, I'm coming out of this. I'm starting to see things clearly. I'm starting to move forward. Give me something, this Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Give me some clarity on the Queen of Cups. Somebody wants a equal give and take situation, but again, they're not moving forward in the ways that they need to move forward. They're not even accepting the oh my God. I'm sorry, but I'm starting to get annoyed with this reading. How do you want a Queen of Cups energy and you're not even accepting it? Some of you are around somebody who wants to give love to you, but you're just not accepting it. You don't want to accept it. You don't want to move forward. You're going to be stuck then. It's time to transform. You have the Death card. Things are ending, yes, but new beginnings are coming for you, and you got to be prepared for that. Death is sad, yes. The ending of stuff is very sad, but it also can be very freeing. It also can be a new start to something. But if you're not accepting it, if you're not moving forward, you'll never get the equal give and take that you want, and you'll never be in the emotional stability that you want. So you got to figure out what you want. Some of you have a friend or somebody that you love that has they have a problem, and I don't know how to say this nicely. Somebody might be dealing with a mental instability, and you might be able to help them. Because they're going back and forth between this like good and like reckless energy, calm and then really sparky energy. Or this person is you, and you need to find a balance. All right. Two of Pentacles. Give me some information on the Two of Pentacles. Ooh. Yikes. Yikes. Somebody might be a Leo out there, but they're being very foolish because of heartbreak. Again, it's like this back and forth between like courageous energy, foolish energy. Yeah, you might be brave, but you're also not stupid, but you're also very foolish in your decisions. You're making these decisions, but they're not, and I'm even getting, again, someone's making these decisions and they're not grounded. They're not grounded in anything. You're just moving forward in a very foolish way because of the heartbreak. Like, someone's very foolish. They're moving forward in a very foolish way. And yes, there's courage there, but it's not courage like, it's foolishness. It's not courage in a way that you need to move forward in. It's foolishness. Frustrating. Three of Cups in reverse. I don't understand. Actually, no. I want to know more about the Strength card. Give me some clarity on the Strength card, because that was confusing. Because that's not bravery. It's just foolishness. Yeah, someone's not listening to their higher self. They're not listening to someone who knows a little bit more. And they're pretending like everything is fine. It's like somebody's not really addressing the core problem. Someone is still like feeling betrayed. They're still heartbroken, and they're not addressing it. They're just trying to like the Strength card. It is giving bravery, but it's not. It's more foolish than it is brave. And someone's moving forward without actually trying to heal themselves. Like someone's just trying to get over it, whether that be through drinking, whatever imbalanced thing someone has to do to like not feel the pain or not feel the emotion. Someone's moving in like I said earlier, a very reckless way. Like they're not actually making any plans, and it's all over this decision to having to walk away from something that truly didn't have a solid foundation in the first place. Again, I don't know if this is a person that someone had to walk away from, whether that's romantic or platonic, or if this is a situation. Somebody might even have to walk away from like an idea. Like someone thought that, this King of Cups card could also be like the environment. Someone thought they were in a very loving and caring environment. It turns out that they weren't. Or someone had these unrealistic or just wrong ideas about what love actually is. And they're starting to realize that that's not real. And they have to actually live in the reality of the situation. Three of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. All right. Some of y'all know this is a marriage. This is a marriage someone's losing out on. This is a marriage someone's walking away from. This might be a Taurus that somebody has to walk away from. Or a Sagittarius or a Scorpio. Or a Cancer that someone has to walk away from. Or a Pisces or a Leo. Lord. It's because someone chose wrong. Someone made a choice. The choice was probably the snake or the fist. And in the fist, it wasn't empowerment. Or the tornado. Someone's choosing chaotic matters. They're trying to distract themselves. This person is like a hopper, and I don't mean like in a bad way. I mean like it is bad, but not in the demeaning way. I mean it like someone hops from relationship to relationship to relationship. Like you're a hopper. You're a romantic hopper, and you need to stop. You need to stop. You need to actually find some time for yourself. You need to find some time for your hobbies. You need to find some time for the people that love and care for you, that want the best for you. And you need to start analyzing or thinking about why you keep finding yourself in the same predicament. This isn't about blaming you. It's not about blaming you. It's about figuring out what's going on with you. What's happening? Because I'm getting this extreme up and down and up and down and up and down energy. And I don't think that's healthy. You need to start figuring out like what's going on, why your emotions move in such extremes. I think that's going to help someone a lot more, is understanding why their emotions is so extreme. This also may help you from jumping into situations and being impulsive way too quickly. Like, Somebody's gonna miss out on some emotional stability. I actually want to read this card because there might be a little bit more than that. But yeah, let's read a little bit on it. The Ace of Cups. Something beautiful and full of love has just begun, and your cup is full. It's spilled out, and your cup is so full it spills out into a pool below. You will feel yourself filled with radiant positivity, happiness, and joy. Be receptive. You've been blessed with life-giving love, so welcome all of your endeavors. And this is something that could have been had, an opportunity that may have been missed. Yeah, unfortunately. And it's one, because someone doesn't have any patience, and two, the temperance here, and two, there's something going on where someone lives in extremes. And someone's very impulsive when they start things, and they live in extremes. Even if you're forced to walk away from something, it's almost like you end up back in a similar situation. Yeah. Even if you're forced to end something, you always find yourself back in these very, not evil, but very toxic and unhealthy places, environments with these toxic people. You know what? I used to talk to someone who was like, funny, they're Capricorn, who was very like addicted to this high energy. Like they needed conflict, they needed it. And I remember one time me and her were arguing, and I was like, you don't even care about this. You just, why are you arguing with me about something you don't even care about? And she was like, you're right. I actually don't care about this. And I'm like, yeah, like somebody, this gives that type of energy where somebody has very extreme emotions, or maybe someone was dealing with someone who had very extreme emotions like that. But this person like they cycle through this like addiction. So this also may have to deal with addiction. And I do believe people who are very love driven have a underlying issue with addiction. Like, because it's about not having enough dopamine. If you are a neurodivergent person, you typically probably don't have enough dopamine. So when you get in these situations, it gives you dopamine. It pushes you. It drives you. As someone who was a neurodivergent, is a neurodivergent, I was somebody who kind of cycled through, not chaotic situations, but I cycled through this idea of, I always needed a crush, or always had this romantic like energy. And because it did give me dopamine, it did help me move forward. And now growing up in my 30s, I had to realize, that is actually addictive behavior. Like, there's one thing, I can stop drinking at any time. I can stop smoking at not recently, but I've stopped a while now for drinking and smoking. And I do it off and on. Like, I'll go a whole 5-6 months with no drinks, or I'll go a whole couple years without smoking. And smoking, not cigarettes. I smoke, that good stuff, not cigarettes. No nicotine over here. But you know what I mean. And like, as someone who is neurodivergent, you have to realize that like addiction runs heavy with us because it gives us some type of drive. It pushes us. So I think you need to rethink that about love and chaos. Someone has an addiction, and if they're not drinking, if they're not smoking, and even if they are drinking or smoking, they just might be putting all of this together. Because again, I have drinking here. The drinking's right here, and we got a lot of clouds in here with that smoky energy. Somebody has some addictions they actually need to take a look at, because it's driving their life into the ground. Somebody wants to be emotionally stable. They want stability. They want a balanced life. I think the balance was under here. Yeah. Somebody wants a balanced life, but it's covered with all of these other things that, people don't want to look at. Someone wants to pretend like everything's fine. They don't want to look at the heartache. They're going through heartache. They're making foolish decisions. They're making foolish decisions, and like, they're not listening to themselves or the people who have more knowledge than them. There's someone out there that your family, like you have somebody in your family, or somebody that you know, or somebody that you love, or even just you, who just knows that you need help in a specific way, and you're not listening. This is someone who actually has the knowledge. Not only do they have the knowledge in the computer sense, but they have a spiritual connection as well. They are very in tune with their spirituality. and someone just doesn't want to listen to that person. This person that I'm reading for may have bouts of clarity here and there, but this is, oh god dang, like you have a lot of like, this makes me really sad, because I feel like this is someone who like desperately needs help, but you need to ask for help. You need to talk to people. You need to talk to someone, because someone's making really reckless decisions. Someone's out there doing stuff that they're not supposed to do, and it's not in a protective way. Someone out there doing really reckless stuff. This is also self-harm. Like someone's out here self-harming, pushing themselves further into like depression and poverty. It's almost like this person, when something bad happens, like they go into reckless mode, like into this really reckless, chaotic mode. And that's not healthy. That's a weird energy. Not putting in work, but still receiving, still being able to... I need some more energy on that. Give me some energy on this 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles reverse and the 7 of Pentacles energy. What do you mean? Oh, someone has really good manifestation powers. I don't know why that popped up. Someone has really good someone can manifest like a motherfucker. And I don't mean like, oh, just sitting around and just praying and begging and asking. No, like someone is a real go-getter. You don't have to put much work in to get something. So why are you... And this is destined for you. Like this is destined for this person. I think someone needs to go and get themselves assessed. That's what I truly believe. Like this is not a therapy. I'm not a therapist. I can't give you tools. I can't help you in that way. Somebody else is going to have to do that for you. But I can say that someone can make something happen, and someone doesn't even have to put in a lot of work, because it's destined. The universe wants to push you into the world of stability for yourself. Someone can gain stability and they don't even have to really work hard for it. They don't. Someone actually may come from money. All right, one more thing before we go. Anything else? Again, might be dealing with a Leo. So, someone is not very happy with the idea that they have to go into this 9 of Pentacles energy, but it is actually what's going to bring them more stability. It's what's going to give them a victory. You have more of a victory standing on your own and appreciating the little companionship that you will have here and there, because you're not going to be alone. You're just not going to be a part of this like heavy up and down emotions that you're constantly going through with one person. And it's not, sometimes it's a particular person, sometimes it is literally just one person. Is there anything else you have to say to the collective before I close this out? Anything else? Anything else you have to say? Yeah, so you have the ability for stability. It is really up to you at this point. I think there is someone who needs to actually speak with someone first. It is possible, but first you have to get this up and down energy together first. Once you get this up and down energy together, then you'll be able to move forward in a way that's going to be more balancing for you, and that's going to be more healthy for you, and you'll be able to have stability. I'm not sure who this is, but I truly do hope things work out for you. I hope you all have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. I'll see you in the next one.